Good afternoon, everybody. Gary Gerholski here with my week 3 carnivore diet update. Boy, just had a fantastic week with the diet. Ended up dropping another 9 pounds to 303. So that is a total of 25 pounds lost. I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but you can probably see it a little bit in my face if you compare the first video 3 weeks ago to today, but I'm feeling absolutely fantastic. I always think of myself here as you look at a 25-pound dumbbell and hold it in your hand and your Jesus says, I can't believe I've dropped that much weight, and the way it makes you feel on the inside. So this week, 22.2 miles walked. I lowered a little bit of the amount that I've walked because I added strength training. So I did 4 strength training workouts this week, which is starting from scratch, back lifting weight. I had some sore muscles this week, but all good there. And I wanted to share with you what I'm doing with my strength training routine. I was on the App Store the other day and I found this app that's called Workout, and I absolutely love it. What it is it's an app, and it contains, I don't know how many, but just a ton of different weightlifting programs based on what you want to accomplish. Like overall fitness, which is the program that I use. There's strength training, there's push-pull training, all kinds of different workouts that you can choose from. And the way I love it is so I choose the workout, and it's done in blocks, like week blocks of training, and it sets each exercise that you're supposed to do that day when you show up. And it also lists how many reps that you should do and what weight that you should do it at. And the app as you go, so when you do a set, you record the weight that you used, and you also record the number of reps that you do. So what's good about it is that the program remembers the amount of reps that you do, and it remembers the weight. So when you get to the next week's program and you go to a similar or the same exercise, it remembers and then makes suggestions. Okay, we're going to change the reps this week. We're going to ask you to lift 5 more pounds the next week. So I really like the app. And what I also like about it is when you finish a set, so you do a set of, say, bench pressing, when you finish the set, you record your reps and the weight, and then you click did it, and then it'll have an interval that you have to wait until you do the next exercises. And typically that's either 2 minutes or a minute and a half, and it really helps me move through the workout. Typical strength training workout for me is anywhere from 50 to 70 minutes. And then I try to do my cardio that day too. So I do the cardio and then typically go do the strength training. I've been leaning more to try to definitely get the cardio done in the morning. And I've been leaning now toward trying to get the weightlifting done in the morning. And it really goes into the next topic I want to talk about, is when I get done with a day's work, the last thing I want to do in my brain is to work out. And the 2 things I want to talk about is with the diet and the exercise, my biggest obstacle is my mental framework. And that's 2 things specifically: procrastination and rationalization. And I always marvel at the people that are able to overcome that little voice in your head says, you just worked 8 hours, Gary. It's okay not to go work out, or it's okay not to do that. And you rationalize your procrastination to make it acceptable in your brain, when really that little voice inside of your brain is always sometimes sending negative vibes toward you. Go sit on the couch, go have a milkshake, go do this, you know what I'm saying? And I'm looking for a lot of ways to try to push myself through that barrier. When you get to mile 3 walking, okay, I want to keep going. I'm going to push it, and I'm going to increase my intensity. And finding ways and mental tools that I can utilize to make myself better in that way. One of the books that I read that I wanted to share with you today and recommend specifically is a book by David Goggins called Can't Hurt Me. David Goggins was a former Navy SEAL. Just an incredible life that he's lived and the obstacles that he had to overcome. And I marvel at the way that he can use his mental faculty to push himself way beyond what anybody thinks is possible for a human being. And he pushes himself, and I marvel at what he's able to do. And the book is a really good reinforcement on how I can work out. And I can tell you, many times as I was, halfway through my workout, I can listen to him saying, come on, push yourself, man. You can do this. You can go. And I really like those motivational helpers that is given to me. But it's really that procrastination, rationalization that I have to have a constant focus on, and a constant way of pushing through that mental barrier to get to the other side. I'm taking it day by day, and I've got to each day is a challenge, each day is a new one. And I'm thinking to myself with this channel, obviously I love the Carnivore Diet and getting the results weekly, but I think down the line, I'm going to focus also on this channel with some of the success formulas and some of the things that I read and how I utilize them in my life, and how I can push myself both physically, diet-wise, in my work, in my self-employed businesses, and the things that I want to do to become a person, and try to spend less time in front of the TV and more time focusing on the things that are going to allow me to grow and enjoy my life. So there's your week 3 update. It was a good week, and hopefully when I talk to you next week, I will no longer be a 300-pound man and get into the 200s again, which is going to feel great, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I hope you have a good week, and I will talk to you next week. Take care.